Now, Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore claims to be a big believer in law and order. Now, this guy, I mean, he should believe in law and order, right? He was a former judge, and now he's running for Congress in Alabama. Now, this is after he had a primary with establishment candidate Luther Strange. Now, he won that, and interestingly enough, President Trump had backed Luther Strange. Now, Moore actually is a fan of Donald Trump and is more of aligned with his politics, especially on the NFL. So that led Roy Moore, after Trump had his spat with the NFL, over standing for the national anthem. Well, now Moore is going to say something incredibly controversial. Now, in an interview with Time magazine, the Alabama Republican argued that NFL players and others who have protested police violence are actually violating the law. Well, that's interesting. He said, quote, "It's against the law. You know that? It was an act of Congress that every man stand and put their hand over their heart. That's the law. That's the law." Oh, really? That's curious. I wonder if that actually applies to people watching at home sitting on their couches. Are they breaking the law if they don't stand for the anthem? Because, man, I've seen people, I've been to football parties where people do not stand for the anthem. They sit on the couch eating Cheetos. Just saying. Are they breaking the law? Are they lawbreakers? Should they be punished? No, of course not. Now, what Roy Moore is referring to is a section of the U.S. Code which outlines how people should conduct themselves when the anthem is played. Now, that's actually not law. That's more, hey, proper etiquette, right? And there are no legal penalties outlined for not observing this proper etiquette. So, now this, of course, is about Colin Kaepernick, right? And his protests against police brutality and systemic racism. Now, what this isn't about, as I happen to keep remind people, it's not about the flag. It's not about the veterans. It's not about the anthem. That's actually something that Trump and the right had made it into. It's a nice little straw man to beat up on, but it's not actually rooted in facts or information. Okay? Now, that's actually just like his argument of why you should have to stand for the flag. Now, that argument itself is sort of ironic, right? Because they're saying, hey, this flag represents freedom, therefore we want to force you to stand for it. We're going to take away your freedom. I don't think you quite get the whole point of freedom if you want to force people to stand for the flag. Maybe instead of wanting to force people to stand for the flag, like they do in North Korea, maybe you should, I don't know, maybe we should have a country that makes everyone want to stand for the flag. Just saying. But again, this isn't even about patriotism. His entire protest is about bringing attention to a huge problem for a segment of Americans. Police killings of unarmed African Americans and institutional racism. That does affect people. Those things need attention. Now, that is unless, of course, you're Roy Moore and you think everything is working as it should. There's no problem here. Those blacks just need to stop being uppity. Now, I mentioned that he is very, very much into law and order, right? You got to follow the law. You got to follow the law. All right. In fact, he said, quote, "I back the president in upholding respect for the patriotism of for our country on two grounds. One, it's respect for the law. If we don't respect the law, what kind of country we're going to have? Two, it's respect for those who have fallen and given the ultimate sacrifice. I'm surprised no one brought this up." He added that it's a matter of the, quote, "rule of law. If they didn't have it in there, it would just be tradition, but this is law. If we disobey this, what else are we going to disobey?" Interesting. Now, I have to point out, this is the same Roy Moore who defied a court order to remove a monument of the 10 Commandments from his courthouse. And then, when he was judge again, because he got kicked out for that, he became a judge again and defied another court order which overturned a gay marriage ban. And he didn't follow that. But wait, what about the law? What about the law? Law and order, law and order. If you don't have laws, what do you have? If you don't respect the law, what kind of country are you going to have? What kind of courtroom are you going to have? I don't know if he realizes this, but he was actually breaking the law. Oh, you know what? That's right. The laws only apply the only laws that apply are ones that Roy Moore loves. Okay? The establishment cause, what name so? Gay people, who cares? Who cares about their rights? I'm going to break the law. I'm standing up for conservatism. That's what I'm standing up. Come on, man. Look at how law and order I am. This is typical Republican hypocrisy. Roy Moore has no place speaking about the rule of law. It's all about, I only follow the laws that benefit me. These kind of people, they're unfortunately the worst kind of hypocrites. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.